Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac,
And this is your boy Bryce.
and we are brothers on tennis. And folks, we've made it through the last Grand Slam tournament of the year, US Open 2022. Bryce, we had some storylines, we had some tennis, we had some of everything in this US Open, bruh. Tell me, how are you feeling after that 2-week whirlwind?
I mean, it just seems like these majors are starting to get better and better. I mean, the U.S. Open couldn't have been much better than what it was. I mean, the men's draw, the women's draw, the doubles, the storylines we had running alongside the U.S. Open, the diversity that we saw with the HBCU days, and
Yes.
I mean, just. And I'm glad we were there to experience a lot of it, live and in person. But
Yes.
I don't know if this is just because I'm old now, but they ain't nothing like coming home, getting on my couch and watching all these courts on direct TV.
Shout out. I know that's right, brother. It is very nice being able to take in more than one court and
Yes.
and just be able to take in all these matches because they're just so good. They're so good. You just want to be able to see and take it all in. So I am right there with you, my man.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's jump into these 5 draws
Yes.
and just talk about how we ended this really exciting tournament.
Right.
So let's start with the mixed doubles.
Mm-hmm.
And, we had an Australian winning team with Storm Sanders and Pierce
Yes.
taking out Roger Vaslin and Flipkins. I
I
was
know,
like,
right?
where did she come from? I mean, I thought she was out on that boat with like Terrence Trent D'Arby and Tracy Chapman. I was like, and Flipkins.
Exactly.
She retired like a long time ago.
Yeah, Kristen was like, you know what? I am not done. At least I can get some things done on this mixed doubles court. And she sure did. I mean, to make it to the finals is pretty extraordinary. I mean, that's just good on her, man. I've always been someone that has enjoyed Kristen Flipkin's game, very creative. So yeah, I was actually like you. I was just like, wait a minute, she's still out there? And I was like, well, you go, girl. Good for you.
And they took out, just to even get to the finals, in the quarterfinals, they took out Ebden and Stosur,
Yeah.
which, we know what a powerhouse team they are. And love Ebden. That's
Yes.
my guy.
Oh yeah.
But then even in the semifinals, Pavic and Zhang,
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have won.
Exactly. Big win. So yeah, man, they fought the good fight. And like I said, they even made it a good tussle in the final. I mean, it did go into that super tiebreaker, and 10-7 is no slouch of a score. So they
No.
fought a good fight.
They really did.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Sanders and Pierce, but I watched that quarterfinal match against Fernandez and Sock.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, look, everybody knows I love Jack Sock. That's my guy. That's my dude. I rock with Jack every time.
Yes.
That may have been one of the worst doubles matches I have ever seen him play.
Wow, really?
I mean, he was just missing stuff all over the place. I was like, hold up, Venus. What you doing? I mean, when I'm looking at, no, let Layla take it. When that's the
right. when that's the sentiment,
yes,
that's an issue.
Right. And look, we all have those days, right? And but I'm just saying, Sanders and Pierce definitely got an assist in that quarterfinal from Jack Sock. They really did.
Hopefully he will get back on the court get back to his old doubles ways, because we love seeing Jack out there playing doubles. So yeah, I think it's like you said, it was just one of those days, just one of them days.
Right, right. But so once again, shout out to Storm Sanders and Pierce. They are Grand Slam champions. I know for Pierce again, and I think Sanders. Don't they
Yeah.
both have titles?
I'm not sure about Storm because she's new to the scene. She's one of them new
Right,
ones. But you might be right. I don't follow her enough to know, to be honest with you.
right.
But yeah, I know she's kind of come on the come up. So good for her. Good for both of them. That's just a good win.
Absolutely. So let's move on to women's doubles.
Hmm.
And woo, we Isaac, that final.
Oh, that final, Bryce. Oh, that final. It had me twisted and toe up all at the same time. Because this was well, it wasn't really tough because I was absolutely 100%, rooting for Taylor Townsend and Katie McNally.
Uh-huh,
100%. As much
uh-huh.
as I love Siniakova and Krejcikova, I
Right.
love them. I think they are a wonderful, fantastic number one doubles team, and they deserve
Yes.
it.
Yes.
But yeah, my heart was fully with McNally and Townsend. And Bryce, that match hurt me. It hurt. It really did, because I was like, these girls are about to win their first Grand Slam title together, and they were playing some ball, man. They really were playing some ball. And what should have kind of given me that things are changing is when that one point when Sinyakova missed some easy volley at the net, and she went back, and I saw her and Krejcikova, and she grabbed her hand, and they had a little giggle about it, and I was like, I said, I was like, she comfortable. She like, you know what? Yeah, I might have just missed that volley, but you know what? I'm feeling real good about right now. I don't know if
Oh
you
my
caught
goodness.
that, Bryce, but when she did that, I was like, this does not look good. Bruh, talk to me about how you took that match in. I'm talking a lot.
No, it's fine, fine. I felt a lot of the same of what you felt. I'm a big fan of that doubles team of Krejcikova and Siniakova. So I always kind of go in wanting them to win, but because it was McNally and Townsend, I was like, oh.
Hmm.
See. I took a different position. I was like, I will be happy with whichever team wins.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you what, I was really impressed that Katie McNally, and we didn't mention this when we were just talking about the mixed doubles, but she was in the semifinals of the mixed doubles,
That's right.
and
With Bloomberg. That's right.
with Bloomberg, right? And she returned to the women's doubles final because last year she made it to the women's doubles final with Coco.
That's right.
And now she was like, sister, finding me place.
That's right.
you know, she she brought in Taylor in off the bench. And as we heard, Taylor reached out through Instagram. So
Hmm.
IG does work apparently with
Yes, it
Taylor.
does.
And so we, they were in there. But I'm gonna be very honest with you, our good friend David, I was talking with him because
Yeah.
I had told him, earlier that morning. I said, look, I like McNally and Townsend, but they gonna probably get took to the woodshed by Krejcikova and Siniakova, right?
Hmm.
And so, the match starts and, they jump out and they take that first set 6-3.
Right.
And then I think they were up 4-1 in the
Four
second
one.
set.
Four
And
one.
David was like, man, you might be wrong about, your prediction.
Mm.
And you know what, Isaac, this is where I feel really bad. I was thinking, not yet. Because Krejcikova and Siniakova are as seasoned a doubles team as you're gonna get, right?
Exactly.
And I was thinking, McNally and Townsend ain't done this before.
Right.
And I was worried about the nerves setting in on them.
Hmm.
And Krejcikova, and kind of, I didn't necessarily remember the point that you're talking about, but
Hmm.
I do remember, and I forgot whoever was commentating the match was saying, they're down 4-1 in the second set, and they're sitting on the sideline giggling like some high school.
See?
And
See?
and, and when and if it wasn't when they came back from that break that they just turned it all the way
Exactly.
around. And
Exactly.
so I know it was heartbreaking for McNally and Townsend, especially to be that close. I mean, when you are set 4-1 up, I mean,
Hmm. Hmm.
you kind of let that one go, to be honest.
Right. Right.
But shout out to Krejcikova and Siniakova. I mean, like, for beasting out and showing like, hey, this is who we are, and take this breadstick on your way out.
I know, right? Take the breadstick with you. I mean, they just got creative, man. I mean, Krejcikova hit some lobs that were just
Beautiful,
stupid, stupid,
beautiful.
beautiful. I mean, just I was like that. I mean, and it was like 3, 4 times. It was just like, wow, she is putting that lob on y'all, and they just wasn't adjusting. And I was like, at some point, y'all gonna realize that she gonna make that shot. I'm like, come on, ladies, what you doing?
Oh,
But and I just feel like they seized up a bit. Katie McNally's backhand kind of tightened up a little bit,
mm-hmm,
and they
mm-hmm.
just kind of lost that. I mean, they tried to have the fire, but they saw that Krejcikova and Siniakova took it to that next level, and they
Right.
just weren't quite ready for that.
They
Yeah.
were. They were. But I'm gonna tell you what. I think. I mean, since apparently Makoko is done,
Yeah.
uh, I like McNally and Townsend. I think they
I
could
do
be a
too.
really good team.
I absolutely agree with that. I mean, come on. This is the second time pretty much playing together, and they made the U.S. Open finals.
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking they'll be all right. I think that they can make that work if they want to, and I really think that they should, because
Right.
I think it will help both of their singles games.
Right. And for right now, it would resolve that issue about being able to get into singles in the same tournament
Right.
because Katie and Taylor are probably playing closer to the same singles level than
Correct.
where Pagula and
And
Coco.
Coco are. Yeah, exactly. Pagula and Coco are basically top 10 players in singles and ditto with doubles. Whereas,
Right.
Taylor and McNally still have some fight to do to get really be,
Right.
direct entry and what have you. So yeah, exactly. I actually think it works out much better for all involved.
I do too. Now you know what I need, right?
What's that?
I need Coco and Pagula to face McNally and Townsend.
Oh, it has to happen. It
I
has
need
to
that.
happen.
I need
I
that,
thought
right?
I thought it was going to happen at the U.S. Open until they got stolen in the first round. Fernandez and Seville was like, don't be pistoling them in over us, shoot.
Because Fernandez this tournament was like, I'm gonna need to make some coin in the doubles because I know it ain't happening in the singles.
Right, because it is not happening. Her and poor Raducanu, they was like, nah, we're gonna get our coins someplace else.
Right counter was like, let me get out of here and go count my money.
Thank man. She was like, I do not need to be here. I'm gonna go count my coins. Know this.
Like, I'm out here messing
Shoot.
around with these roach. Oh, so
Exactly.
whew,
Oh,
I'm
that is
laughing
too
way too hard
funny.
on that. So, in summary,
Yes.
shout out to Krajcikova and the Siniakova. I mean, and wait a minute, and they accomplished getting the career Golden Slam. The
Exactly.
Williams sisters are the only other doubles team to have done that.
All right, come on, say it. That's right. And what that means, basically, everyone, is that they have won all 4 Grand Slam tournaments in doubles, as well as the gold medal at the Olympics
In their career. Yep.
in their career. Exactly.
So
Kudos. Shout out.
that's huge. So
That
anyway,
is.
let's keep it rolling because we got some other stuff to talk about as well. So let's
That we
jump
do.
up to the men's doubles.
Yeah. How about that? How about
Now,
that result?
Yeah. Wait a minute. A number one versus number two seed in the finals. When did we
Right?
see that?
Not very often, at least not these days. Since the Bryan brothers, it's been kind of hit and miss on the men's double side. So this was actually pretty refreshing.
It was. And also we had in one of the semifinals we had number two versus number three.
That's right. Our boy Aravello, him and
Mm-hmm.
Rozier. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get it done against Kulhoff and Skupski. But hey, they are doing their thing, man. They're having a really, really great year.
And they had a really good quarterfinal because they took out our other boys,
Yep.
Vekic and Pavic, who apparently are still celebrating after the year they had last year. We got a chance to take a picture with them in the city at the City Taste of Tennis. So, you know, they enjoy life.
They out there enjoying life. That's right. As they
No,
should be, though. As they should, because they put in work last year.
they
Hopefully,
sure
we'll see
did.
them rebound. They put in work. So hopefully, 2023 will have better things in store for them. But it still hasn't been a horrible year. But
No, it has not.
yeah,
But who we got to shout out is Rajiv Ram and Joe Salisbury,
man. I
number
mean,
one seeds, and came through and took the title.
and took the time. Who would have thought? Because I mean, we always, unfortunately, be on Ram because sometimes we were like, "Bruh, why ain't you coming through for us, man? What's really up?"
Right.
And he was just like, "You know what, brothers Otis, I'm tired of y'all. I'm a step up and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna defend my
Yes.
doubles title." And
Yes.
he and Salisbury got it done. I was very, very impressed with that, Bryce. Very, very.
And they had a really nice win in the semifinals against Cabal and Farah.
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
so yeah, look, they've been doing it. And isn't Joe the number one doubles player in the world?
That is correct. Yeah, he,
Okay.
I guess, had another tournament that Rajiv did not. So he is the number one player, and Rajiv, of course, is number two. But yeah, they are the number one doubles team collectively.
All right. Well, shout out to them. That was
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yes.
All right, my friend. So
Yes, sir.
let's let's keep it going. All right. So we're gonna
Uh,
go to this women's singles right here.
yes. Yes.
And
That I got all kinds of wrong.
oh, well, you know what? You know I'm mad at myself because I had picked old girl from the
You
start and
did.
then trying to get behind little sis. Trying to get behind little sis. That's her. That's all right. We never got that episode posted to Apple anyway, so we're gonna let that happen. So my pick, Iga Swiatek.
You are funny. Yeah.
Look, all I'm trying to say is while these men over here are playing, musical chairs with who's
Hmm.
hot for the minute, Iga's like, it ain't no question over here.
Ain't no question. She was like, Barney left and I didn't took the throne. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. This is my tour. I am the WTA. Let's just be
Right.
clear. So she was like, Naomi, you want some of this? Come get some. Sabalenka, you want some of this? Come get
Yes,
some.
sir.
Get some. Because I ain't scared of none of y'all.
And
None
who
of you.
is that? I know they trying to hype you up, but no.
No, you're not
No.
ready yet. You're not ready.
No. And Jabir,
Yeah.
there's about to be a theme here for you.
Oh, po thing. I tell you what, Ons Jabeur, I just love that young lady. What she is just doing for again Africans
Yep.
and just it is just such an incredible thing. And just her demeanor, her personality, and
Yep.
her tennis. Let's be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call it as it is. Did I think Ons Jabeur would be the number two player in the world, dominating people the way that she has?
No.
I'm just gonna put it out there, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I always felt like there was a fitness issue going on with Ons
Mm-hmm.
Jabeur, but
Right.
Ons was like, she was like, no, sir, no. You better recognize I know
Right.
what I'm capable of, and I'm
Yep.
about to do this. And she is legitimately the number two player in the world. Can't nobody mess with that.
Oh. And wait a minute, let's just even talk about her road to the finals because
Yes.
Tomljanovic was hot, took out
Yep.
Serena, and was taking out all kind of folks, and Jabeur was like, nope.
Not here.
And then Caroline Garcia had her best Bianca Andreescu impersonation of a 6 month stretch, and she was like, okay,
She was like,
it's over for that now,
I remember your game. They played in junior. She was like, girl, I remember your game. Hey, you might be on a little run, but I remember you. I got
Ain't,
tricks for you.
ain't nothing changed, ain't nothing changed. So she ran through her like a bad virus. And
Right?
then, she got to the finals, but, that's where she met Queen B. And
Yes.
Swiatek is like, look, as long as it ain't on grass.
Mm-hmm. I'm good, and y'all, I'm gonna be something to deal with. And Bryce, I I tell you what, the ladies are gonna have to put in some work on the off season if they
Yep.
really, really want to get with her, because I feel like she is doing nothing but gaining more and more confidence.
Yep.
I mean, to win a Grand Slam on a fast hard court,
Mm-hmm.
just think about how she is going to. I mean, once she goes back to the Australian.
Yeah.
Man, please. And it's slower and it bounces more, so it's gonna even take more of her spin. Oh
Yep.
my goodness. Yeah. So I think Iga is shaping up to really do some, or continue. I shouldn't say start, to continue to just dominate the women's tour. Some ladies are gonna have to stand. They're gonna have to they just gonna have to come get it. Cause she's out there, bro.
And I love the way she plays because she always played like she in a rush to get somewhere. Like she need to catch that last batch of hot chicken coming out of Popeyes, right? And she was like, I gotta be out of here in 30 minutes,
I
y'all.
got to, right?
I
I
got
gotta
to. And she be
go.
rushing and walking quick between the points and shaking and twitching her head. And, she be trying to get it done. She don't be playing with him. I'm trying to tell you.
No, bruh. She is not out there trying to play, and I love it, and I'm there for all of it. So kudos and just shout out to Iga Swiatek for just showing folks how to be number one player in the world.
And you know what? I did not know her finals record was so dominant.
Right?
Like when she gets in a final, it's a wrap, man.
She don't lose. Yeah, she don't lose. She like
It's a wrap. So now she has three majors, which in
Yes.
terms of the active players, because I guess we're going to say Serena's not active right
Right.
now. So you got
Right.
Venus at 7,
Yep.
and you have Osaka at 4,
Yes.
and then you have, Swiatek, and you have Kerber at 3.
Correct.
And then the rest of those ladies are like 2, right? Because
Yeah,
Muguruza,
Azaruka. Yeah, Azarenka,
as a Rusa, I
Muguruza.
like
Yeah,
that.
Azarutha. Azarutha.
I love it. If they
Yes.
ever play doubles together, we got their name.
We got their name, Azaruka.
Sorry about that.
But no, you're exactly right. Yeah, they got either 2 or 1. So, because Halep's got 2. Halep's got 2. So yeah, there's a couple of them sitting on 2. But I tell you what, they're gonna be sitting there for a while too. Because Iga's like, listen, I'm about to do my best impersonation of Rafael Nadal. I'm about to
Yes.
dominate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So shout out to her. She was number 1 coming in. She's number 1 going out. She's going to be the number 1 player at the end of the year.
Yes, yes.
So it'll be interesting to see, how she carries us into 2023.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Come on, ladies, step up.
All right. So, woo. Now we're going to end it on this men's.
Good
Um,
Lord.
so once again, we're going to drop back to the quarterfinals
Yes.
and let's just kind of walk through this one, Isaac. So first of all, we had in the first quarterfinal, you had Kyrgios and Khachanov, and you had the tennis world talking about now Rafa's out, Kyrgios is the favorite.
Correct.
What happened?
So this is, I think, what a lot of people have kind of talked about, and it's and I'm just going to be transparent about it, and then nothing wrong with it, but I think that this is exactly what Nick was fearful of, that he would be set up to really show all of his talent and be able to win a Grand Slam, and the pressure got to him.
Right.
That's what that was. There is
Right.
no reason that a Karen Khachanov should have beat a Nick Kyrgios. Nick came into that match tight. I was looking at him from first point, and I was like, Nick is not playing free tennis. He is playing very tight. He is playing with expectations, and you could just tell. And he was trying. He was trying his best to kind of let loose and really let go. But this was definitely a situation where Nick allowed, and I shouldn't say allowed, the pressure got to Nick, and fortunately he was not able to come through. And that's why that sign, pressure is a privilege.
Right.
That is where I think Nick is going to have to again flip that switch, because if Nick is the underdog, Nick will whip up everybody.
Right.
I mean, he will just whip up because the boy got game. Brother man
Right.
has game. But if you put the expectation on him that you're supposed to win, that is where Nick is going to have to kind of figure out. And I don't know if it's the whole psychologist or what have you, but that to me is where he's going to have to improve, because that is to me is going to be the telling tale of how many Grand Slams he's able to win. How about you,
And you,
bro?
and you know what else was very telling for me, Isaac, was the fact that Kyrgios lost that first and that third set by getting broken
Right.
for the set, 7-5.
Yep.
Uh, with the serve that Kyrgios has, you know, when it's 5-all, you would kind of think he has the edge,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know?
Exactly.
But for
Exactly.
him to get broken in both of those sets, to lose those sets, yeah, I think that only speaks to what you're talking about. I think the pressure really got in there on him.
Yeah, and it was difficult to see because, like I said, we say a lot of things about Nick, but I was clearly rooting for Nick in this match. I really was, and nothing against Karen Hatchinoff. I like Karen. He was actually on my JV team at
Right.
one point.
Mm-hmm.
But I was rooting for Nick because I wanted to see Nick get this done, because Nick was showing that he really, really kind of cared and he wanted to make this happen. And and I will say this, Bryce, his press conference afterwards spoke volumes, in my opinion. But in my opinion, from an actual positive perspective, because instead of him just being, throwaway about it, he was just like, I am devastated. And
Right.
honestly, I and not to say that I enjoyed that, but that's what I wanted to see. I wanted him to be devastated. I wanted him to be like, I let people down, because I think that is the type of mindset that then allows you to grow and come back and bring it even harder the next time around.
Right. Right. So I agree with you with all of that. And so Hatchinoff moves on to the semifinals
Yes.
against. Um, Now, what I wasn't ready for
Right.
was. Now, I'm not even saying that I didn't believe that Casper Ruud wasn't going to potentially win this match against Berrettini,
Mm-hmm.
but the manner in which he did it
Right.
in
Right.
straight sets, a breadstick in the first set. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I was like, whoever said Casper Ruud was a. I mean, he looked flawless in
Correct.
that match, and I don't think Berrettini knew what hit him.
Exactly, bro. I was surprised. I was shocked. I didn't know that Casper had that level of tennis in him. If I'm being on a hard court, I should say. I mean,
Right.
he's proven that he is not to be, counted out on clay. But on a hard court, I just didn't think he had that much game, that type of a game to just dominate a Berrettini the way in which he did. That was impressive.
It was really impressive. So he set Berrettini down and moved on to the semifinals.
Right.
Um, the next one, I mean, whew, Sinner versus Alcaraz, and I'm gonna be very honest with you. After Sinner won that third set, and I think he
Yeah.
was up in the fourth, maybe. Um, I was on the couch, kind of like halfway dozing, and I was just like, okay, so Alcaraz is gonna lose this and
Right.
whatever.
Right.
And I think I woke up when he won the fourth set.
Oh,
And then I
wow.
said, you know what? This going to a fifth, Sinner should have never let that happen.
Right, right. I mean,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
Advantage Alcaraz.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, Bryce, one of the best, if not the best match of the tournament. I mean, it
Right.
was bonkers. Just the back and forth. I just feel like there were times in those early sets where Alcaraz just kind of cracked because he was running things, and then all of a sudden, those important points would come, and Sinner would just be like, nope, nope, nope. And I honestly thought that this was going to be a straight sets victory. And I just feel like, unfortunately, Alcaraz, well, I shouldn't say it all was Alcaraz because Sinner just stepped up and was just like, no, I'm going to take these important points. And it was just a fantastic back and forth. But like you said, I really thought at going into that fourth when he was down, I was like, yeah, Sinner's about to take this match.
Right.
And like you said, when Alcaraz was able to pull out that fourth, I was like, yep, advantage Carlos.
Right.
Yep. And sure enough.
Yep. So he moves on to the semis. And the match that I was most impressed with in this round, the maturity of
Yes,
Francis Tiafoe was on full display on Andre Rublev.
it really was. Yeah. Francis played just outstanding tennis. I mean, just it was a beautiful match. I mean, he
It
just went in
was.
there like, I am going to show you my full suite of skills. And
Right.
and you're not gonna be ready for this. And unfortunately, Rublev was not because for him to take someone like a Rublev out in straight sets,
Yep.
that's a good win. That's a
Yep.
great win.
That is a very good win. And
Hmm.
uh and then that moved Francis into the semifinals. And now we're starting to hear the chatter about, you know, not since Andy Roddick,
Uh
not
huh.
since Arthur Ashe, you know, and
Right.
but he looked like he was completely up for it,
Oh yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. And that's what's so impressive, Bryce, is that Francis is not shying away from this pressure. He is like, I'm ready for it. I am ready.
Absolutely. So let's talk about that match. So he plays Carlos Alcaraz,
Hmm.
um, takes the first set in the tiebreaker. I'm hyped,
Yes.
you know, and then kind of went away a little bit. Alcaraz
Yeah.
kind of stepped it up a little bit. Those
Right.
That second and third set kind of went by in a blur.
It really did. It went by fast. Yeah. Yeah. Charlie got on his horse and was like, yeah, I'm
Giddy
about
up.
to I giddy up. And he snatched them two sets real good.
He did. But Francis didn't give up. He fought. He
Yes.
he really stole that fourth set.
He really did because I honestly thought that would be done in four because Carlos actually looked really good in that fourth set, but Francis fought. He fought hard, and I liked how on the one of the things they caught his audio, and he was like, "I'm putting my effing heart on the line, y'all,"
Right.
and you could see that he was battling out there, y'all. He was giving it everything he had, and that's all you can ask for. It's all you can
No,
ask for.
it is. But something that we're learning very early in his career, I don't know what Alcaraz's five set career record is,
Mm.
but you don't want to go five with him.
No, you don't. No, them young legs are fresh. Them 19-year-old legs are fresh. Do not get it twisted.
Right.
Man,
So all I knew is I wanted whoever won that match to win the whole.
absolutely. Yeah. No shade against Casper Ruud, but I just if it were up to Tiafo and or Alcaraz, I was like, yeah, I want one of those two to win. And honestly, I would have given either of them the advantage going into that match, even though, like you were saying, how he put it on Berrettini the way he did.
Right. And speaking of the other semifinal, so Ruud plays
Oh
Hachinov.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oops, sorry.
No, he plays Hachinov. It goes four, but it for some reason I just never felt like that the outcome of that match was ever in doubt.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it would have been a much different story if it were Nick Kyrgios against
Yes.
Casper Ruud.
Yes.
But with Hatchinoff, I was just kind of like, if Casper did that to Berrettini, he's definitely gonna handle up on Karen.
Right.
Yeah, he gonna handle up, and he did. I mean, luckily, Karen got him a fourth set or a third set rather, 7-5.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if that was more or less just, hey, ooh, I'm this close to making my final, and he just kind of blinked
Got
for a
some
quick second.
nerves.
Yeah, got some
Right.
nerves. Ended up losing the set, and then was like, oh wait a minute, I'm playing Hatchinoff. Here's your whole biscuit.
Right. But shout out to Kieran. What a great tournament for him.
Yes, good bounce back for him. Like I said, for someone that was on the JV squad a while back, he definitely seems like he's trying to rebound and get back to the tennis form that he's had in the past. So but he can play tennis. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be clear. He's a big boy. He's got big strokes, big serve. He really, in my opinion, should be up near that top 10. Definitely.
Right. I agree with you. And then we had the final. And,
Hmm.
when you talk about changing of the guards, when you talk about next gen on display, this was all that.
Right.
This
Right.
was a glimpse of the future. And, you know, I, it was tough because I really like Casper Ruud, and I like
Ditto.
his demeanor, his persona, his. I think he represents himself, his camp, and tennis very well.
I agree with that.
Uh, but you know how whether you're talking about like a singer or entertainer or whatever, when somebody has that X factor,
Yep,
to
exactly.
me, Alcaraz, that's what Alcaraz has over Ruud
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes to personality, when it comes to explosiveness of his shots, when it
Hmm.
comes to just the whole aura around him.
Right.
Um, he has that X factor, and it came on full display in that final.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Bryce. I mean, it was really a great final because I'm going to be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you. I got concerned. I was like, are those fresh legs going to be able to hold out? And
Mm-hmm.
because when Casper got up on him and gave him that whole biscuit in that second set, I was like, uh-oh. I said, uh-oh. I was like, he's having flashbacks to that Hatchinoff match. He was like,
Right.
I was handing out whole biscuits then too. And I was like, is the young man's legs going to tap out? And that third set to me told the tale because I was like, if he loses that third set, it might be tight. And I tell you what, he got up in that tiebreaker. He said, Casper, ain't nobody playing with you. He was like, listen, sir, no, we are not even going to play this close. I'm about to give you this bread
Because
and
he
we're going to
hadn't
call
even
it.
won a tiebreaker in the whole tournament, right?
No, I don't believe he had, man. So he knew what was up. He knew,
Right.
like I said, because I don't know about you, but like I said, I was sensing. I was like, I don't know about them legs. Casper's running him. He's not
Mm-hmm.
getting out of them corners the way that he usually does. And I was just like, yeah, you can definitely see there's a little bit of a heaviness going on in those legs. And so I was like, it's really important for him to get out this third set. And when he did what he did, I was just kind of like, yeah, he all right.
And wait a minute, did you see he started throwing his back into his shots in that fourth set?
Woo, woo, come on
I,
now. Come
I
on
was like,
now.
okay,
He hit some
we don't
backhand
want to make you
winners.
real long.
Right? He was like, let me just remind you that I have a backhand that actually can hit winners.
Right.
Right? I was like, okay, that's the Alcaraz that I'm used to. But see, I really feel like Bryce, that was the leg factor. I think that was, him trying to conserve and making sure that he was, gonna be all right and be able to get through it. And I think when he got to that fourth set, he was like, you know what? I'm about to play out.
Right.
And
Right.
boy, was he swinging. It was a beautiful thing, bruh.
He was swinging out of his shoes, man. Out of his shoes.
The shoes, y'all. Shoes. and it just touched me when he won and fell to the ground, and when he got
Yeah,
up to his camp and all the hugs that went around, and
yeah.
yeah, man, that was awesome. Really,
And
really good
and
stuff.
how unique was it that they were both playing for their first major title, and they were both playing to become number one in the world?
How crazy is that? Now, talk about pressure. And I tell you what, Bryce, kudos again to Carlos and to Casper
Hmm.
because they both played some lights out tennis. It wasn't
They
like
did.
either one of them was like choking or anything. They were playing, they were balling, dog. They were balling.
They absolutely were. And with Alcaraz doing this, becoming the youngest guy to ever be number one, we're talking about he has done something beyond the big three.
That is correct. That is correct. It's insane. It really. I think they said he may be. What is he? Is he the young? Did he get rusty? Because I know Leighton Hewitt was 19 when he got to number one as well, but he
Yeah, they
hadn't won a
said he
Grand Slam.
yeah, no, they definitely said he was the youngest to be number one uh
Gotcha.
since
Yeah.
they started keeping track.
Yeah. Well, there you
You
go.
know?
I mean, it's just incredible the fact that, like I said, this young man has done two things in one. He was like, I'll be number one, get my first Grand Slam, and again, and with all of the pressure, everybody has been touting this kid,
Hmm.
and for him to step through and get through, some really ridiculous five setters, and then get up into the final and just grind out a tough four setter and get number one and your first Grand Slam. Come on now, come on.
I, yeah, so very, very impressive.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so
He's the
shout
real
out to
deal.
him. And remember, Isaac, you and I really thought we were saying something in the beginning of the year when we stepped out was like Carlos Alcaraz gonna be in the top five by the end of the year. Carlos was like, y'all don't even know.
He was like, y'all do not even know. He was like, I possess skills, y'all. Skills.
Right. But
Oh.
you know, we can't wrap up this whole US Open without, mentioning there were several players that said adios
Yes.
to their careers here at this US Open. We
Hmm.
think Serena is one of them, even though she's been saying some crazy stuff in the media.
I know,
Uh,
right? I
we
know.
think Serena is saying bye bye, but we'll keep our good eye on her.
Right.
Uh, Sam Querrey
Yeah. Yeah. Sam
already
said
quit.
goodbye, called it. Hmm.
Your girl Petkovic.
Yeah, Petco dance.
Yeah,
I was definitely sad about that one, but good for her.
right. Then you had what's her name? Mikhail.
Yes, yes, yes. Christina
Uh,
McHale,
Christine Mikhail called it quits, and doubles guy Bruno Suarez.
which that one shocked me. I didn't realize that Bruno was planning his exit because I mean he and Jamie Murray have been partners forever it seems, and
Right,
they've always been in contention. So that one was very surprising.
right. And then we can't forget our boy Nick Monroe.
Nick, that's right,
Yeah.
that's right.
So, but we've already started to see Nick transition to his post playing life. So,
That we
uh,
have.
yeah, he started working on that a couple of years ago. So you cannot be mad at a brother with a plan, right?
That's what you got to have, man. Always got to have a plan, y'all. Don't get it twisted.
Right, right. So before we get out of here, Isaac, any final thoughts you have about this 2022 U.S. Open?
Oh man, it was just so fantastic. I mean, all of the different storylines. Again, you had people that defended their title. You had firsts with Iga and with Carlos and number one players. Both of them are now number one in the world. It's like crazy.
Mhm.
We got our doubles. With Katie McNally and Taylor and just so many wonderful things that happened in this U.S. Open, and like you said, all of the lead up events that happened, and shout out to the U.S. Open and the USTA for really doing a great job with all of the events prior to the actual start of the U.S. Open. They did a wonderful job. Fan Week was incredible, y'all.
It was, y'all. Definitely. Look, if if you can, I would highly recommend going to Fan Week. You don't spend as much money, you get better access, and it's not as crowded.
That's
so there's a whole lot of positive.
I tell you what, folks was out there in droves. So y'all, don't be hating on Brothers on Tennis next year, because hey, the secret is out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And speaking of which, we just we just got to give a couple of shout outs to people that helped make our trip in New York so good. AYS Sports Marketing and the whole City Taste of Tennis. That's magic. DJ Madlings, who stay looking out for brothers. The USTA and US Open media. Thank you for the access and being able to do what we were able to do, and all of the people we got a chance to meet on the grounds. Just was a really wonderful trip.
Absolutely, man. Just awesome. Incredible.
All right. So this week, I think it's Davis Cup, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll keep our lazy eye on that one, and we will start to position ourselves for Labor Cup next weekend.
That's right.
Well, not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after that. Even though, and we'll talk about this on our IG Live, they're starting to talk real spicy about Roger and that knee. I don't like that. So we'll get on with that. So
that's right.
Well, thanks everyone. Have a good week. We will catch back up with you next week. And on behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. Everyone, stay good out there.